Alright, welcome to adding the biggest offseason moves onto one team in 2K22. So we're getting into like the dull spot of the offseason here. I mean, all the big free agents have been moved. As of right now, KD and Kyrie still haven't gotten traded, but all the big trades have been done so far. And we're just kind of getting to the dull spot where we know what the roster is going to look like and all the big moves have been made. So today I have put all of the biggest names and the biggest moves onto one roster here. We'll go through it in depth in a second here. We're going to see how this team of players who've all moved will work together to see if they can win a championship. Alright, so starting off the roster, we have the two big moves in Rudy Gobert and DeJounte Murray that everybody knows. Rudy Gobert went from Utah to the Timberwolves here. DeJounte Murray went from the Spurs to the Hawks. Christian Wood went from Houston to Dallas. Jalen Brunson went from the Mavs to the Knicks. Jeremy Grant goes from Detroit to Portland. Malcolm Brogdon goes from the Pacers to the Celtics. TJ Warren went from the Pacers to the Nets. These are most of the big ones here. Now we're getting into some of the ones that may have kind of brushed under. You know, you might not have noticed them at the time when it was all crazy. But Will Barton went from the Nuggets to the Wizards. John Wall was a pretty well-known one. Then he went from the Rockets to the Clippers. Same with Gary Payton leaving Golden State for Portland. And then two more that kind of went unnoticed. It's kind of just because of how busy things were. Dante DiVincenzo went from the Bucks to Golden State, and then Kyle Anderson went from the Grizzlies to the Wolves. So those are our 12 on our team, and then we have 3 roster fillers. So we have a team of 12 players here. It's all 12 will play. This is the rotation we're going to run with here. We have some players out of position. You see DeJounte Murray's at the 2, Jeremy Grant's at the 3. All that, you know, we have a lot of point guards and a lot of centers on the roster. So it's kind of a weird, lineup, but we'll see if we can make it work here. Simulating through, we'll take a look at all the stats, all that, but these are all players that will be playing for a new team next year. So let's get into simulating here. So even with the roster you guys see, there's actually a decent amount of players, at least overall wise, in 2K that didn't even make this roster. I mean, just looking at notes that I have of potential players, Malik Monk going from the Lakers to the Kings, he was a 78. He's just as good as a couple guys on the roster. Bruce Brown, he's a 78 on this roster that I downloaded for next year. He went from the Nets to the Nuggets. Also looking at this, Thomas Bryant going from the Wizards to the Lakers also was a 78, but we just didn't need any more centers. Andre Drummond going from the Nets to the Bulls, also 78, but he was a center. Made a couple other bigs, Otto Porter Jr., 78, going from Golden State to Toronto. PJ Tucker going from the Heat to the Sixers with a 78 overall. So there's actually almost a B-level team of actually a solid rotation players. They didn't even make this team. I mean, that right there, outside of not having a star, is a pretty solid team. So yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of moves this offseason. Alright, so looking through our awards here. So Chet wins Rookie of the Year, Joel Embiid's MVP, Dennis Schroeder 6th Man of the Year, Giannis DPOY, Desmond Bane Most Improved, and Pelicans coach wins Coach of the Year. So no awards for our guys. Let's take a look if we have anybody on the All-NBA teams. So the only one I see so far, Rudy Gobert makes the All-Defensive second team here. We had no All-NBAs. Pretty just standard numbers for Rudy there. And I don't think we don't have any rookies because they wouldn't have been on a team last year. So we are the 5 seed here. We'll play Philly in the first round. We'll take a look at the stats for our team real quick. So DeJounte Murray was our leading scorer with just under 15 points per game. We had 3 players at 14. I mean, really, when you think about it, we ran a 12-man rotation. It makes sense that there wasn't anybody who put up insane numbers because our leading minute getter was DeJounte Murray and Rudy Gobert with 28. They were not playing a ton of minutes. We had nobody just out there for the whole 48 minutes type thing. So 3 guys at 14, Christian Wood at 13 and a half, couple guys at 12. Just some solid numbers overall. Nobody really stands out like crazy. Rudy Gobert leads in rebounds by 4. DeJounte Murray leads assists by 2. Leads steals by a whole steal, and then Rudy Gobert leads blocks here. Shooting numbers look pretty solid. Gary Payton shooting 54% as a guard is very, very good. Take a look at the 3-point percentage. We had 2 guys over 40%. So we have some shooters too. This team, you know, like I said, with nobody putting up more than 28 minutes a game, it doesn't surprise me that nobody had insane numbers. Yeah, like Rudy Gobert was our leading minute getter with, you know, just under 30. I don't even think that would put him, I don't even know where that would put him in the league. He was 68th in the league in minutes per game and was our leading minute getter. So kind of, again, shows you why nobody had like crazy numbers. But we are the 5 seed. We went 48 and 34. Pretty much actually just tied Philly for the 4 seed. But yeah, I mean, we're also not that far behind the Bucks and realistically the Celtics and the Raptors. So I think this team is pretty solid. I think we would match up pretty well against this team. Rudy Gobert has to guard Joel Embiid. DeJounte Murray, he's a very good defender guarding James Harden. This is a good matchup for us. And yeah, I mean, I think we have a decent chance to win here. So game 1, they take. What was the box score looking like here? Lost by 12. That's not too bad. We tied up at 1-1. We absolutely dominate that game. Game 3, they win by 15 here. Okay, we might shorten the rotation. I know, you know, the whole thing was we had 12. But we're going to shorten it to 9 here. We'll go 10 so Gary Payton gets some PT just because I want him, you know, for his defense. I don't even know if this is the starting lineup I was running. I don't think it was. Alright, this is close enough to the rotation I was running here. I don't remember who was starting on that original one. I think it was this lineup. I might have had Jalen Brunson starting now that I think about it. I think I did something like this. But we'll run this lineup here just to have James Harden guarded by DeJounte Murray. Yeah, this lineup should be pretty good. Yeah, I think this is the lineup I was running. So we tied up in game 4 here in a 12-point win. So shortening the rotation ended up working here. Hopefully we can steal game 5. We do. We win by, like 30. So we are sitting good here. We're going to force a game 7. We'll simcast that sucker here. I mean, hopefully we don't go out in the first round here because I think this team actually could make a run here. It's a close game here, down 6 around halftime. They're starting to pull away. We are down 11 here, halfway through the 3rd. It's going to require a pretty solid comeback to win here. So we might be going into a second year because I do want to see this team win a championship as we get eliminated in the first round. Alright, so I originally did end up going 3 years. However, I'm going to save you some time. We regressed and didn't make it out of the first round ever again. So the clip you're seeing right now is gameplay from I think year 3. This is the only close game we ever got in. So just to show off the roster kind of playing live, I will keep that clip here and play through it. But yeah, that'll be it for this simulation. Alright, so here we go. We have the ball here with 37 seconds left. Jamie Grant passing the ball and hopefully gets it into DeJounte Murray here. I don't see Rudy Gobert out on the court here. That's an interesting shot. Miami will get the ball going the other way. We will still have a possession. There's 17 seconds left in the shot clock, 24 left in the game here. Jimmy Butler the ball. Right by Jeremy Grant, hops, okay. Not sure how that's not a travel. All right, 5 seconds left. We left Jimmy Butler wide open in the corner. He doesn't take it. He's going to take a midi. No, they're going to give up that. Wow. Okay. All right, 8 seconds left. Now we need to score. We have one of just like the auto whatever's on the team. 4 seconds left. DeJounte Murray's going to get into the paint here. Take up an awful shot. Okay. Well, yep, just like that. So 3 straight years of, you know, first round as exits. Kind of disappointing. Is what it is though. Yeah, that is a simulation of all of these off-season trades and free agency, everything else so far. Now, obviously, if we had KD and Kyrie to this team, which more than likely it sounds like they'll get traded, this team would be absolutely insane. But like I said, this is all of the best 2K-wise players that have switched teams this off season. Yeah, other than that, I'm out.